Just make sure your mic is near you when you talk, Shannon.
Yeah. She cannot talk very loud because she's angry.
Yeah, very angry now.
Okay.
Can see the steam coming out.
Okay.
Have you all seen the article recently on Straits Times Instagram? I'm reading as it is. Monkey business in Congo North Shore sparks concern among new BTO residents.
Monkey business.
Monkey business. Shannon can relate a lot to this.
Everybody know where I stay already.
Yeah, because she stays there and this article was actually contributed by her. Can I say that? Oh.
No, I think it was based on my experience. So what happened was to walk.
Before we get into that, please remind our audience where you're staying at. If it's not clear enough.
Pongo.
Okay, thank you.
As stated in the article.
Yeah. don't need to say block already.
No need.
Block
Yeah.
unit number.
Welcome to For Real. We are four realtors with a whole lot to say, but trust me, it's not just about selling property and closing deals. So let me introduce you to the rest of the gang. Meet Wesley, the optimistic go-getter who believes anything is possible with a bit of manifestation magic. Nicole, our cheerful, charismatic mother and seasoned realtor with stories for days. Shannon, our resident Gen Zer, keeping us in check in case the rest of us say anything too cringe. And I'm Fraser, your localized Angmo, a jack of many trades but a master of none. We're diving into everything and anything, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get real.
We were walking along the park connector, and then suddenly there were like a group of monkeys, I think around 7 of them, and they were sitting right smack in the middle of the park connector on the path. So then we were like, oh shit, what do? Like, we know that we were holding drinks, so we didn't want them to attack us or like try to steal our drinks, right? There is a possibility of that happening. So we hide our drinks behind our back as we started walking towards them, because that was the only way to our BTO. If not, we have to backtrack like 10 to 20 minutes, which doesn't make sense lah. And then the monkeys, because we were the only 2 people walking, everybody else were riding bicycles. So they were like zooming past the monkeys. So the monkeys started staring at us from afar. Then when I noticed it, I was like, oh shit. Then I tried to avoid eye contact. I just looked straight and I just kept walking. And then I noticed the monkey that was nearest to me started running towards me. So I walked faster to try to avoid that monkey. So the monkey, as I walked, the monkey ran towards me and then ran past me. So I started like walking faster and faster, right? And then another monkey further in front also started running towards me. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just make a run for it. So my husband and I just ran. Like we ran for our lives, okay? Because I was so afraid that the monkey will like snatch our drinks or try to like be very aggressive towards us. So we ran and then we finally found a dustbin like a few 100 meters away. And then we threw our drinks away so that the monkeys won't come after us. You know, if they really wanted the drink, they can go to the dustbin and try to find it. So after we threw our drinks away, we turned around and then we realized that the monkeys like stopped chasing us and they were all just back as a group in the middle of the park connector. So because of that incident, right, actually my neighbors were already quite concerned about the monkeys in the area because, you know, like for Chinese, when we collect our keys, we like to bring pineapple. We like to then like roll the pineapple into a new house. I think that's quite a normal tradition, right? And then according to that tradition, the pineapple you need to leave in the house for like 3 days.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
yeah, and then after that, you need to discard it downstairs near your block along the roadside.
Oh,
Something along the lines of that. I have no idea. But apparently it's like what people do. So because of that, a lot of the monkeys came to eat the pineapples. I think if I'm not wrong, like there were a lot of videos of like groups of like 10 to 20 of them just at level 1 eating the pineapple.
Damn, it was a party.
Yeah, it was like a buffet for them.
Pina colada.
Yeah. So people were like taking video and then posting it into the group chats, and then like they were saying like, hey, there are so many of them, you know, will they ever try like attempt to enter our homes, you know, and things like that, or like what can we do to avoid that from happening? So it was actually
Don't
quite
run when you meet them.
I didn't know what to do. It was quite a big concern.
At this point, none of the residents have encountered or came face to face with the monkeys.
But it's just that they weren't aggressive towards them.
Okay.
So we all know that they exist.
Unlike
in the
your
area.
encounter lah.
Yeah. I didn't read of anybody in like my area who actually had such an encounter with them.
And
them being aggressive.
Where are you reading all these
in our Telegram
or
group
your
chats.
blog?
Yeah,
your
our
cluster
area
your
chats.
BTO.
Yeah. So then after that, so a few of us were quite concerned about it. So we wrote to MP to ask like, you know, what is being done for both us as residents and as well for the monkeys, you know, who used to live in the area. You know,
As
what
ex-residents.
Ex-residents, yeah.
So like
You
we wanted
invaded
to
them.
yeah, because I do understand that this used to be their home like long time ago. And then like suddenly Pongo started building a lot of transformation in the area. So they had to remove the trees. And this used to be where the monkeys live. And it wasn't just monkeys. If I'm not wrong, Coney Island used to have a cow. There used to be a cow that
wild
lived.
boars also, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know how
wild
true it
boars
is.
and things like that. But they all like
Gorilla.
Died.
No?
You know, even before all the North Shore area BTO, right? I used to go cycling and running a lot on the PCN.
in PCN, right? Yeah.
You know, there's that one bridge that connects Punggol to like Pasir Ris Industrial
Yes,
area.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
On the bridge itself, all along like the top of the bridge
Is it
and
the
walking
red
along the
bridge?
bridge, it's the red bridge. There's just monkeys all over the place, and I'm feeling like a little bit like wary going through there because
yes.
I've been to like places like Thailand and stuff and encountered aggressive monkeys before. So I just like look forward, ignore them. Also, don't have anything in your hands and stuff because they can also not just food, but they'll steal
Things of
things
you.
as well.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just the monkeys as well, but it's the boars. I've encountered like coming across a boar.
It's a Pongo thing. But I think boars are more dangerous.
Of course, they're more dangerous. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they'll charge it. There's actually a story of someone
Yeah.
who was attacked by a boar. It was charging at him. He was cycling and he got knocked off and he got injured or
Yeah.
something.
Mm.
But with animals, I think monkeys especially, they can be trained in a way. So once they are used to getting positive outcome, that means they can get food off people, they can get things that they're curious or interested in off people, then that's a positive reinforcement. Like, hey, I get something I want by behaving this way.
Mm.
And then they will then
Adapt.
that's why you go like Bukit Timah and all that, they advise you not to
Yeah.
open your bag, not to bring plastic bag because
Yeah.
they associate plastic bag with food inside
Yes.
the
Yeah.
plastic bag.
And they're also
Yeah.
very territorial.
Yeah,
So,
so I think it's a matter of time if let's say they have a few good experiences about getting food off people
Yeah.
or near
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
then it may be a bit more dangerous.
Yeah, so we know about the plastic bag and like food in the open, but I think at that point of time, I didn't know what to do when like I was actually in the midst of the encounter because I walked past them many times, but they have never.
shown aggression
Yes.
or shown interest. Lah.
Yeah, they'll just walk past. They
Yeah.
don't care. Like even if people are drinking something or like a bottle of water or whatever, they won't like
Show
try to
interest.
attack you. Yeah, they will just walk past you. They're quite calm. So I that day I was very shocked that they were all just sitting there staring right at me dead in the eye.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think that at that point of time I didn't know what to do and then I panicked and that's why I ran. Yeah, so and then so I wrote to MP and then I tried to, because I think we all want to know, like as residents there, we all want to know what is being done. Yeah, and then so what happened was that through this article, right, I think a lot of our, like the neighbors, people staying there were very concerned about if they were to walk their dogs in the area, will the monkeys come up and try to befriend the dogs? Befriend the dogs? Or like, because normally HDB, you have smaller dogs, you know, like, and then you have to walk your dog also, right? And then because there are monkeys there, so we also don't know what kind of interaction they will have. And also with kids, you know, if the monkeys come across them, what will be their first reaction to them? Because there will be more and more of these happening in the area. And then also like if we were to be cooking at home and then suddenly the monkey decides to climb up and, you know, see that you're cooking through the window, or like if you leave the window open and let the fumes go out, will the monkeys try to come in? Like what can we do to prevent that from happening? And also what has MParks been doing to prevent the monkeys from trying to explore inside our homes? But I think at that point of time, it would be nice if when we collected our keys, you know, when we opened our letterbox, there was already an advisory there, you know, like just to be aware that there are monkeys and this is what they are doing. And if you encounter them, what can be done? Like what you should do. I think that would have been nice to
More than just
receive.
signs, right?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like more than just like
Reactive
e-booklets
lah,
and
like
things like that.
More
Yeah,
than
just to
reactive, where
let us
people
know
write
first.
in, then
Yeah,
you answer.
Yeah, don't wait for
I get
something to happen
response.
lah. Because I don't think this is the very first estate that has monkeys or wild animals.
I'm curious as to what they reply on what their actions, because like Wesley said, that you are definitely not alone in this, because it's well known in certain estates, for example near MacRitchie Reservoir, or in certain areas where even near
Bukit
Holland as
Timah,
well,
Holland,
they have cases of monkey going into people's homes,
Yeah.
climbing up, and so the residents there are used to keeping their windows closed or keeping
yes.
food out of sight on the
Yes.
countertop. So it's kind of like you make adjustments in your lifestyle to prevent like instant like occurrences or incidents.
Yeah, because we also saw this article whereby the monkey can actually open your window.
They are very smart. They can
Yeah.
open.
They can.
They can open
They
your
know
window.
how to do locks if it's not locked properly lah.
Do locks.
Right.
Hey, you never seen those videos where they do some like IQ questions?
Yeah, no, actually,
Yeah,
they're very
they're
smart.
very
photographic
smart.
memory of that is
Yeah.
actually, I think, better than mine.
Yeah,
for sure.
same. I think so too.
You're less than a chimpanzee.
No, well, you
Yeah,
see
yeah,
the
it's
kind
true.
of the.
I mean, we are like they are we are the evolved version of them.
That I don't believe lah, but I think we are good at different things.
Yeah, but I do like NParks' response to it. So they did say that they have been planting more fruit trees inside Coney Island to try to bring the
Keep them
monkeys
within.
to Coney Island and
Yes.
also let them to find their source of food there
So
so
it's
that they don't try to attack people and try to steal their food.
Yeah,
And
and
then
people
also-
don't feed them lah.
Yeah,
because,
and
they're
then also
feeding.
like things like trying to monitor their behavior and their patterns and to try to train them to not enter into people's premises and homes and things like that.
Is
I
it
was very happy
acceptable?
to see it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the point of living in Pongo is that it's a very nature-filled area, which is what I like.
Mm.
You know, you have like the sea, you have animals. It's not just monkeys there. Like I have encountered like
Birds,
numerous monitor lizards. Like they are so huge, they take up the whole PCN walkway.
They look like
And they already
crocodiles.
times two.
Yeah.
And
Do they
then
run as fast as the F1 monitor?
I see
They
before.
can.
I saw them swimming. I saw them running along the PCN. They run faster than some people.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I've even seen a rat.
we have all seen
There-
that.
there's rats
What are
everywhere.
you saying?
But I've seen otters, boars, monkeys. I heard that someone encountering a Malaysian tapir, but
Yes,
I don't know
yes,
how
I
it
heard
got
that
here.
too.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, is just about safety lah. I think people
Yeah.
can expect and like being close to nature, but
Yeah.
it's just
We want to
the
know how
safety
to-
aspects of it.
Yes,
To
we want
react
to know how to
manage.
protect
Yeah.
ourselves and also how to protect the animals. So like what are the do's and don'ts? What we should do when we encounter them? What are things
run.
that are being what are things that are being done, you know, to help to ensure that they also have a comfortable life in the area, like for all of us to enjoy Pongo as a whole. I think that was the main idea behind sharing our concerns, because in the article, it was mainly to highlight the concerns as well as to show what NParks is being done. It wasn't very conversational. Like the intention behind our concerns isn't that we want them eradicated, we want them moved out of Pongo. It was more of like, how can we protect ourselves and how can we protect them? Yeah, I think that was the
gist
find
of
the
the
middle
article.
spot like amongst all of us. And also because with all the transformations like SIT, JTC, Pongo Digital District, so there will definitely be more and more transformation in the area, more construction ongoing, and maybe even removing the trees there, which are also home to the monkeys and also other animals living in the area.
Mm.
So I think the bigger picture here is what can we all do to contribute to that?
To integrate lah,
Yeah.
Yes.
instead of overstepping the boundaries.
Yes.
But then how was this article received online?
Yeah, I think people were very upset that they thought that we want to kill the monkeys, but I don't think that was the intention behind it. I think we all just wanted to know what is being done, because we have, like I said, we have never received a like pamphlet or anything.
Educational,
Yeah,
brochures in that
yes,
sense.
and like for the whole time, I don't know if you have ever received them living in Pongo as well. No, right?
no.
I've never seen NParks people walking around and trying to learn their behavior as well as, and I've been there so many times. So that was why I was also very concerned as to what is NParks doing, because I have never encountered it myself. Yeah, so I think that was all of our concern
Yeah.
basically.
So I think a lot of things that we take for granted, being like throwing food into rubbish bins or leaving food on the table, or there are some animal feeders, maybe they feed the stray dogs and cats. I think
Yeah.
these will also attract the other animals to come
Yeah,
because it's a food.
unintended.
Yeah, it's a food source. So like residents in such areas really need to be more mindful
Yes.
of consequence of certain actions.
Yeah.
lah.
I think if we have something physical to refer to, it will be better than. I don't think they will want to do research. Like I don't think
I know.
anybody will go and Google to just.
Even like rubbish bins, right? They probably would need a different type of rubbish
Yes,
bin.
yes. So
So
they
the
actually
area-
did. They actually did change the bin. So
Oh, okay.
a few years ago when I used to frequent, it's normally the green color plastic one.
Not
Yes.
with the open
So
hole,
now
something
they-
that has
Yeah,
the
so
door
now
to
they
close
changed it to the metal one that
Yeah.
you got to pull and then throw. And then there's like a small hole. But the thing is that the monkeys nowadays are quite tiny, the babies. So they like to reach in and pull the whole plastic bag out.
So River Safari, they are also using this kind of metal
Yes.
bins and all that. And
Yes.
of course, that bin in particular I saw was a bit overflowing lah. The monkeys were going there, opening the bins and sieving through and picking.
Yes.
They even do a taste test. Oh, this one not my taste. So No, yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen them like literally destroy the green color dustbins before.
Just
I've
tear
seen
it
like
apart
10
lah.
of them, like you cannot even tell it was a dustbin anymore. And then the trash was all over the floor, like the pink plastic bag was all over the floor along the PCN. So I think the cleaners also have had a very hard time trying to pick up the trash after people throw away. And then the monkeys come and like go through them, and then the cleaners have to come and then change the whole dustbin again.
I don't think the signs of just don't feed the wildlife is enough.
Too generic.
Okay, they have them, but there's also not enough of them too.
Yeah.
Because back when I first moved to Pongo, and this brings back a memory of mine, I brought my daughter to go to Coney Island and I had a few snacks because I wanted to sit by the sea.
Picnic.
Oh.
Somewhat picnic.
Yeah, I know.
And this is back during a time when e-scooters, they were still legal. So I e-scooted onto one of the beaches on the island and found this nice spot where there's like a log and you can watch the ocean and stuff. So I whipped out this snack, which is like the seaweed thing, and I had like a sandwich and stuff. So I was just sitting there chilling. And my daughter sitting on my right side and I'm looking at her. And then all of a sudden I feel something grab my arm and like pull
Harry.
it. And I was like,
But it was gentle, right? It was like
it was
tugging.
gentle. Yeah, but it's a bit rough because their hands are a bit rough.
They're also scared, right? Yeah, they never put moisturizer. You should bring a bit of moisturizer.
Exactly. So I was like, wait, Charlotte's here. Who's touching me? I turn around. I see this monkey holding my arm. So I jumped up in a panic. I was like, oh shit. Then I looked around and I suddenly see all these monkeys in a circle slowly
It's like the
closing
cartoon,
in.
right? All the eyes started appearing in the trees.
Honestly.
I got goosebumps
Exactly.
from that. Eh.
And then I was like, I don't know what to do.
You got on all fours and puffed yourself.
I just know this is probably not going to end well. I need to get me and my daughter out of here. So I looked at the monkeys, I looked at the sandwich, and I threw the sandwich like a hand grenade. And they all ran towards it. And then so I quickly got on the e-scooter with my daughter and just straight out of there. Yeah, it was
At
so
least
fun.
it was gentle. It wasn't like
At least it was gentle.
But it's
yeah.
unpredictable, right? Because the thing is, they will probably be as scared as you
curious
are
as
when
well.
they are trying to reach out to you, because
Yeah.
our reactions can also
Very,
unpredictable,
yeah.
right? It's just that they have numbers we don't.
Yeah.
Maybe back then they were still more timid.
Or they're
You know
still
what I mean?
learning.
They're
Still
still
learning.
learning, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
you
I think
aided the process. And then they got aggressive till now.
Because they know whatever we do, they will throw the food to
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
But also like there's
Just stay
certain
calm.
parts of Pongo as you go towards Coney Island, the canals.
Yes.
There are HDB blocks where literally the ground floor, there's no void deck. It's
Yes,
immediately
yes.
a unit.
Yeah.
And
Oof.
they're covered by trees.
Yes.
There are definitely probably like monkeys going in there, like stories of people going.
It's a matter of time. lah.
Yeah.
Sooner
That
or
was
later
the
thing.
area that one of the monitor lizards climbed through
Into
the
the
gate,
house,
right?
right?
Into the house.
But
Nah.
they said that lizard is not a usual lizard. So it's probably a illegal
Oh.
pet
Oh,
or
yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah.
It could have been. Yeah, because monitor lizards can't climb multiple stories. can
It
they?
was like quite a high floor.
Like
Oh.
four
Yeah,
floors.
like-
Fifth floor, I
Unless they
was
took
quite
the lift
surprised.
somehow.
Yeah.
They can. But I mean, coming back to that then, I think there are some netizens, saying that, you don't want to have this kind of interactions with monkey or nature. Then don't choose that area lah. What's your take on that?
I mean, the reason why we even choose these BTOs is because of the nature aspect. I think most of us, that's the reason why. Unless there's a different reason, like you need to stay near your parents' place and they're staying in Pongo, that kind of reasoning. But I think from the beginning already, when they launched that project, this wasn't the first project to be launched in the area.
Yeah.
It was I think the first project was like in 2017, 2016
Yeah.
already. So, and Pongo is not a very unfamiliar place for Singaporeans, especially when it comes to like wanting to enjoy nature in Singapore. I think Pongo is one of the more familiar places that people go to do that, especially in Coney Island. So the fact that if you already know that there's such wildlife in the area, then you have to preempt yourself and expect that these are the things that you will have to consider. And also what I've been trying to say, what measures are being taken also.
I mean,
Yeah.
for her, I think she just want to know how to deal with in such
Yeah.
situation.
Correct.
And how should I probably also prep my guests if my friends are
Yes,
coming to
that
visit,
my
if
mom-
they see it. then
Yes,
what
my
they
mom
need to
asked
do
me,
lah.
so if I see monkey downstairs your house, then what do I do? Then that kind of thing. Then I'm
Get
like,
on all fours and become puffy.
I think one thing that NParks also said was that if you see the monkeys, try to step back and then get as far as possible that they can't see you, and then like take an alternative route or something like that. But if they're at your void deck, can you give me MC so that I don't go to work? Because I have to
Step
avoid
back
the
and avoid the
monkeys,
monkey.
step back and then go back home. That kind of thing. I think that was something that we were all a bit confused about. Yeah. So because they are not just on the PCNs, they also come in and they climb up our buildings, our blocks. They go to the rooftop gardens. They want to explore. Definitely, that's their nature, right? And then I think something really funny is that we have this little like kids playground with monkey bars. So we were just joking around that it's literally for monkeys. The monkey bars are for the monkeys.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was really quite funny. Yeah, I do really love the nature aspect of Punggol, and which is also why that I wanted to voice out the concerns and to also know and also educate and also share with my neighbors as to what we can do.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
some people like misunderstand the intention.
Yeah.
And they kind of blame you or people there for like infringing on their natural habitat. And
But I think with Singapore population growing, with all the
6 million.
transformations going on, it's a sooner or later thing that more and more of these
forests have to be cleared lah.
Yeah.
On parts of nature. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
talking about the 6 million population, it's a new, I mean, it recently came out in an article.
Yeah, so at the end of the day is finding a balance to how to coexist because we are all in the same ecosystem in a way. And with more population and us going further into nature land to take over for our use, then we would have more of such occurrences. So I think it's good to know.
It's not
how
so
to
clear
deal
cut
with-
black or white already. Like, it's to like what you say, to coexist lor.
Yeah, because not until you actually experience it and then you realize you don't know what to do. It's like if you see someone have an encounter with them and then you read on the news like, oh, this is what you should do. You won't.
It won't come to you like that.
It won't come to you when it actually happens to you.
You suddenly have like this fight or flight instinct because
Yeah.
you feel like, is it dangerous? Can I approach? Can I walk past? Like, what do I do?
I think we do need to preempt ourselves if these kinds of encounters happen, or even do we avoid the monkeys from even sensing that there's food in our home. Yeah, I think those are also things that people are concerned about. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
basically, it's just like any curious child. If a door is
Yeah.
open, I will go in and peep. If the door is closed, what is that thing that people always touch? Maybe I'll try a fiddle with that thing that everybody's touching, and there's a reaction. Or that, and I recognize certain wrappers, certain colors to be
Certain
containing
sounds.
food, certain sounds. But I think also because it's a very new estate, they are used to it being empty and that they could explore and everything. But as more and more families start to move in, it may also cause some deterrence to come over less if there are less incentive to get. So maybe the way of them having more food within their environment will then say, oh, it's a bit pointless to go out there and being scared by so many of these crazy humans who scream and shout and everything, right? So hopefully it's a situation where it will also kind of resolve by
Over
itself.
time.
with
It will take time
more.
for sure. It's
Yeah.
not something that can be solved overnight.
Yeah. But I think my next prediction for headlines would be Grab food drivers getting attacked by monkeys.
Oh my God. I was just thinking like the safety of our Grab food
Yeah,
drivers.
I think it's a matter of time thing because if nothing gets stopped and they always get a positive reaction from, paper bag, plastic bags.
No, the
That is a
green
matter of
uniform.
Oh, yeah.
I see green.
Next time they
Or
see
the
green
pink,
uniform, they know
yeah.
already. Yeah. Green or pink, pick your color. Yeah.
Eventually, when Punggol Coast MRT opens, and then I don't know if they'll extend the LRT line like they planned to previously, will we see monkeys on public transport?
Yeah, possibly. Because Shannon was just sharing like the area was just outside SIT's
New food court.
food court.
Yeah.
Yes, that's like that must be a hot spot.
No, so that day when I was almost like I was being chased down, right? The food court, it was right outside the food court, and the food court doors were all open. So I was wondering if the monkeys would eventually start to
Venture there.
into it and try to explore inside SIT as well. Because that whole area is actually slated for transformation, right? So they are gonna do more offices. I mean, with population growing, it's not just housing. You also need more jobs. So more and more buildings are coming up, more construction is happening.
Yeah, but basically, I think the wildlife have less and less land now. I mean, we are expanding woodlands. We are taking MacRitchie, some of the reservoir areas also taken up for the north-south highway.
Yeah.
But what was Shannon mentioned that some of the actions that they're taking is they're trying to plant banana trees and such
fruit
things
So they're
Fruit
trying
trees.
to make food source sufficient
on Coney
inside.
Island, right?
Yeah.
So that they will go
They'll
back
be-
and probably try to like stay on the island itself.
Yeah.
But there's still also on Coney Island itself construction happening.
Yeah.
There's workers, there's heavy machinery and stuff. That is also scaring them away too. So are we just like pushing them
It's
to
just
like one corner of the island now?
Poor
or-
thing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can empathize with that, but then we also balance with our own
Yeah.
needs. So, where's the sweet spot?
We need an
Something-
SCRS program for the monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not just
Yeah,
monkey
so-
because like with all the constructions and all that, like I mean in recent 1-2 years or so, there were more instances of roadkill where the animals come out from the road in the middle of the night
Mm.
and then you get knocked down by cars because some of the highways are in between two parks or two nature reserves, right? Yeah.
I mean-
it's
Quite sad for them.
it's a
lah.
sad
Yeah,
thing
but,
lah. Yeah.
but then looking forward, then would it be inevitable to get more of these? Because with the recent announcement of the 6 million population, there's bound to be not enough houses available to cater to the population growth lah. So with that, then we would have to clear more lands, clear more forested areas to cater for the population growth.
I think that's what I think M Parks also are planning on that. So that's why with all the different park connectors, which I think are for like residents to use, but they also factor in different links and bridges where they allow animals to move within the areas that they are able to move without crossing paths with humans. Yeah, I think Bidadari or somewhere there's also a eco bridge where basically it's accessible by animals only lah. Yeah.
Bidadari, Mandai.
Yeah.
Mandai?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I think that was the
I
first.
think they are working on it. It's just that
It takes
is it
time.
enough? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it enough?
Yeah,
And-
because there's really a lot of them. Don't know whether there's enough space, enough
Correct lor.
source for them to also grow.
Like what we say, we don't want
Right.
to corner them, but then when it comes to the lives of humans versus the lives of monkeys, I don't know if this is controversial. Then do we prioritize?
Perhaps the infrastructure for the wildlife should be put in place first before the housing. Because right now with the BTOs in Punggol, the housing has been done first. And
Oh, then everything
wildlife
subsequent.
was came second.
Yeah, subsequently it's like what Nicole says, a reactive measure lah. It's not
Yeah. But I think it's also that they didn't, maybe they expected, like, of course they would have expected this to be an issue, but
the extent of it.
the extent of it, maybe not this much. And also it doesn't happen too often as well. So perhaps they don't have like any, standard measures in place to take care of
True.
such cases.
No SOP lah.
No SOP.
So then question, right? Would you buy or would you advise your client to buy a house that has monkey area issues?
Well,
But I mean, they like
Wow.
it because they want the nature aspects. For example,
Like,
or
for
they want
example,
it very
it's
close to the reservoir to take daily walks. But you
It's-
know
it's-
that this area has this issue.
it's more of if that person is looking to stay near nature, they like nature, like quiet. They don't want to stay near the CBD or the hustle and bustle, right? Then that's a great place. But you just have to caveat that, these are the things you have to live with. There is wildlife, there's this, there's that. Yeah. So for me, example, right? I love quiet areas, I love nature. But in my own home, right? I don't want wildlife in my house. So I'm like one of those people who always have my windows and doors shut and the aircon is always going whenever I'm home. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't like bugs and stuff coming in. And Punggol is a place where, I expect there to be a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
that's why my neighbors and I are also looking for alternative ways to monkey-proof our house.
Yeah,
so
lor.
that's why in the article, right, actually my husband and I actually found this insect. Okay, so the original idea was that because I'm very afraid of insects. It's the kind that if my husband is like, well, I'll call him and panic like
What do I
Yeah.
do? What do I do?
They are part of nature, you
That's-
know.
there's
So
a
are
cockroach at home,
monkeys.
what do I do?
and they are very important for our eco-biodiversity ecosystem,
Yes.
you know.
Okay. They can live, they can exist. We can coexist together, but not in my home. Okay. Yeah. But so we wanted to get like an insect net so that they don't enter our home. I don't want to kill them, of course. So if they can exist outside my home, that would be the best.
Yeah.
So which was why we wanted to do like insect mesh. And then when the guy came down to measure our windows, he was sharing with us that actually he has installed a lot of insect mesh in the Punggol area. And the main concern that he gets from these homeowners who engage him is, are the monkeys able to scratch and destroy the nets?
I think
Yes.
so.
They can.
They
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
You
so
need to do
I
the
think,
invisible grill.
yeah, for like toddlers, that
After
kind
what you
of...
said they did to that dustbin, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they are.
no, so that was why he's actually looking for an alternative. I think it's stainless steel mesh so that the
Electric
monkeys
mesh.
cannot scratch
Electric
them.
mesh.
Excuse me.
You won't kill them, you just shock them gently.
Oh, that one is animal abuse already. You.
Yeah, that one you can find,
Oh, is
okay.
it?
Yeah. So that was why we were like, oh, then that's a better alternative because
Yeah.
then we get to prevent the monkeys and also the insects from entering, which is the main idea behind
Mm.
it.
Then you compromise your view and.
Oh no, it's actually
everything
very
lah.
thin. You can't really see Yeah, and it's only in the service yard. I think that was the main reason why we wanted. So when we heard from him, we were like, oh, so we are not the only ones that are damn kiasu to like try
Definitely
to find an
not.
alternative.
If it were me.
Yeah, and because we are low floor, so we are a bit scared that the chances of them entering our homes are higher than those on the higher floors.
It's not true. Have you seen the clip where I think it was a HDB flat somewhere?
They climb very high.
Yeah, they were like on the, don't know, 8th or 9th floor. It's a group of monkeys.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they were just casually jumping from one ledge to another. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, scary.
Yeah, like for me personally, I like to open windows. Everything I like airflow. So if I were to live there, I think I will need to invisible grill the whole house. And it will not be cheap.
It's not cheap.
think.
Yeah, and then you also have to what I've been trying to find out, how do you react to them? Example, you were to step out of the house, you open the door, you see the monkey sitting outside. I'm just imagining it and
Close back the door.
yeah, no, I like
Close your mouth and close the door.
So I just want to bring up one more thing, and it's also to do with wildlife, but we haven't mentioned it, is recently, and I don't know if it's Singapore-wide, but I noticed in Punggol, there's been a lot of crows. So in the middle of my estate there is a bunch of trees, right? And then at a certain time in the morning and in the evening, all the crows will flock there. And all you can hear outside is, it sounds like I'm in a graveyard
I
of a
have no
horror
issue
movie.
with crows.
No, but here's the thing.
I don't like koels.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
They were entering people's houses as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was an issue for a while. They would start, crowing before the birds.
Before the attack.
No, before the regular morning birds will start doing their morning song, right?
Oh,
So it's
shit.
like 4 a.m. in the morning. Everyone's like, holy shit. Okay, so
I can't.
a bunch of people made calls to NEA or whoever, to take care of NParks probably, yeah. So they came and they chopped down the tops of all the trees.
Yeah, they were.
Did it?
I call NParks on that because
Does
there was
it
a
work?
koel bird just outside my window who will call at every 4 5 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a light sleeper, so I will
I
die.
think water down the shoe myself. I don't know where it is.
So here was the solution. They chopped down the top of all the trees, right? Thinking that they won't come and perch anymore. They come and perch on that part of the tree that's been chopped off instead. And they're all on the edge of the HDBs and they're still crowing.
There
and stuff.
used to be people shooting
So loud.
down.
I think
That
they
is
still
so
are.
illegal.
I've
by
seen.
NParks.
Yeah, but NParks to control the crow population.
Yeah.
There's also a big cage before. I don't know if you guys have seen it. So
It's
it's,
a
actually a
one-way
cage that's
system.
probably about a primary school kid height.
Yes.
So that it's but this wide. So I think they lay
They put bait.
baits inside, fruits inside. So once
One-way
they fly
system.
in, basically they're all
Ooh, that's
stuck
smart.
there
Yeah.
to be
They had
held,
that. They had that nearby, and slowly the issue resolved.
Hey, but your water gun doesn't work.
because
a
but I have no
laser
idea
pointer.
exactly where the bird is. It's on that tree.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
So you never aim at it. No, for me, I'm a super light sleeper. So when I'm stressed and the birds start
Yes.
making noise
Yeah,
at
yeah.
5, 6 a.m.,
I cannot.
I can't sleep. So I complained to my family. So my mom would wake up for a good 2 months because she'll wake up around that timing. She'll take a laser pointer and shine all of them. And then they'll fly away.
Oh, laser pointer works.
Yeah.
Someone was shining a
okay.
laser pointer at these crows outside.
did
my
it work?
house.
Oh.
I don't know, but
So
I
I
was
mean,
laughing.
one day I made her angry. Then she was like, "Oh, I've been doing all these for you, but
Wow. Okay, now then
Yeah.
you go and point
no,
yourself.
but I'm gonna stop doing that because you don't know what I'm doing for you and you take me for granted." I was like, "Whoa, shit! I didn't know all this." I was like, no, I've been sleeping so well.
Yeah. The funny part is I see the neighbor opposite block was also so frustrated with the bird. They started taking a rod trying to hit the tree, but obviously it was too far.
Oh shit!
So I was like, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, no,
but
that I
I didn't know
don't-
about the laser.
I don't know if you can complain about this kind of things.
No,
or
I did do last time they had the one service. So I
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
feedback. So they will come and trim the tree so that they have less places to
Then where do they
nurse.
go?
And then
Mm.
the birds are also
The trees in the forest lah.
nest. The birds are also nest snatchers. So they will also take over the nest of crows or something. Or crows will
I
take
think
over the
crows
nest or
will take
something.
over.
And the thing about koel bird is they are endangered species. So they will not be culling them.
Mm.
Endangered, and I hear them everywhere.
Then I'm like, I know that's why they are. I know why they are endangered.
Yeah.
Let us know what your thoughts are too, and if you have an opinion that you'd like to share with us, let us know in the comments. Also, do like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we'll be airing this podcast every week, so don't miss out.